Most AI advice for IT admins is either too vague to be useful or too complicated to really be worth the effort.
If I got this right,
Yes.
we're smart enough to invent AI, dumb enough to need it, and so stupid we can't figure out if we did the right thing.
But when you sit down at your desk, you still have real work to do to figure out what's happening across the cloud, which means digging through a lot of portals and running commands and remembering that PowerShell that used to fix that thing 6 months ago. So instead of all of that, I'm going to show you a new way that AI is really useful and really makes your job easier. Now before we start, let's get something out of the way. The problem with most AIs today is you can't trust the answers, which means you already have to know kind of what the answer is so that you know if the answers it gives you are right or if it's just hallucinating, which sort of defeats the purpose of using an AI in the first place. But what if the AI didn't have to guess? What if it could get all of the real answers every time with near perfect accuracy? Well, that's where MCP comes in. Now, MCP stands for...
Hey, it's the big master control program everybody's been talking about.
No, actually, it's the Model Context Protocol. This is an open protocol that anyone can contribute to. And the Azure product teams partnered with me to make this video because they want to know what you want MCP to do for you. So comment below with all of your ideas. Now think of MCP as a bridge between AI and real tooling actions, like what you do in the Azure portal. You manage your resources, deployments, monitoring, etc., without having to type in all the commands or remember all the code. Now there are 3 components to make MCP work. We have the MCP server and the client, which is also the agent, and a host. And you can set it up just about anywhere, even in VS Code. Then you just ask for what you want in plain English and MCP will do the rest. So the first thing we need is an MCP client. Now this is a brand new Windows 11 VM that's running in Azure, but you could do this on your own laptop. And I'm going to open the terminal here and type winget space install space Microsoft.Visual Studio Code. And that install will be done in just a second. So the next thing we need is winget space install space -- ID space Microsoft.Azure CLI space -E. And once that finishes, open VS Code, click over there for the extensions, and we're going to need a couple. The GitHub Copilot chat, and then click install. And once that's done, go to find the Azure MCP server and install that one. And in Visual Studio Code, the MCP just looks like you're doing a chat. And believe it or not, that's it. Everything's already ready. So if you just click here, you can see the MCP functions. So let's log into Azure first with a device code. Copy the code, click the link, paste in the code, and then sign in. So MCP is going to be running as your identity. So it can only do what you can do. And so no extra security granted here. Now let's try to list my Azure resource groups. And then it's thinking about what to do, and it found the right command, and we've got to allow it. And now this is up to you, but you can also click here and just auto approve. That'll just make things a little bit faster. Then you have to enable that. And there are my resource groups. So let's try something cool like generate an architecture diagram of my resource group Cloud VDI. Well, okay, so there's this note here about the mermaid syntax, and I can ask for a different format. So please give me a JPG or PNG. Okay, so now I can click over here to copy and then this link to open up Mermaid and then put in the text over on the left. And there is my diagram and it looks pretty good. And I can click up here to save it. And that does match what I have over in the Azure portal and the resource visualizer. So good job there. And you can ask other general questions like analyze my Azure spending and find savings. Now this took about 5 minutes to run and it came back with a whole lot of ways that I can save, and they're categorized by high impact, medium, and low impact. Now you can also do some security. Are there any of my resources misconfigured from a security standpoint? And it looks like I have a lot of work to do with Azure Disk Encryption, Key Vault, RBAC, Defender, Exploit Guard, and get a full summary. And there's a whole lot more on general Azure management in the description to build your Azure skills. Now, let's shift to something a little more specific. How about show me my AVD host pools? Now, this is going to need an AVD module, so I'll say yes to that. And okay, so what happened here, I asked it a lot of questions to learn all of this, and so I've kind of run out of all the free credits, which is not a problem at all, because if I sign in with the GitHub Copilot, which is also free, you get more credits. So click to enable, then sign in however you need to. Then we can try that host pool command again, and there we go. So let's dive a little bit deeper. Which hosts are in the new pool-1? And there's the hosts and their sizes. So let's ask, are those hosts powered on right now? And yes, they are. Okay, so do they have an active user session right now? Okay, so it didn't know how to do that, but it does give us several ways to get that info. And this is really the point of this video. Product team wants to improve this experience for all of you and make it more usable. So comment below with what tasks you want to do through MCP through this natural language model. Now, let's go back to the MCP commands here, and we see that we can do a few things in AVD. And you can certainly pause here to read the whole thing if you like, but it basically means that we can do a lot of operations. So let's try, tell me the current RDP properties for new pool 1. And there's all the parameters, and it even cleans it up and gives us a easy to read view. So let's change the clipboard redirection to enabled and also enable camera redirection. And there is the result. And of course, you can go over to the AVD portal, look at your pool, RDP properties, go to this tab, and there they are. Now, how about scheduled agent updates? Well, let's see if we can enable this here. Enable agent updates on new pool 1 to run in the local time zone on Saturday at 1 a.m. Okay, there's the command, but it looks like there's a problem. This may not be possible in the CLI, but it does tell us kind of how, and says that it could try to do this through the REST API, and this is what all that code would look like. So yes, please run the REST API command. And it kind of looks like it worked, but back in the AVD portal, I just click refresh, it doesn't seem to show. Well, let's go back and make sure. Please check if agent updates are enabled in new pool 1. Pretty sure that they're enabled, but the Azure portal still doesn't reflect this change. Since you did this through the REST API, please verify that it has applied correctly so it's reflected in the Azure portal. Well, okay, it thinks that it's really there, and I have tried waiting for 15 minutes for the update to show, as well as all these other steps, but it didn't. But the agent also does say that there is a known portal bug that sometimes the updates take a really long time to show. But we can try to verify through PowerShell. So I jumped over to the Cloud Shell, got to the host pool, and sure enough, there it is. So tell us more about what you want MCP to do for you. And if you want infrastructure as code through Bicep to build out AVD, check out this video. And happy learning.